About Merlin. So you get to play the king. How is it to play the king?
Well, it's always good. You get to boss people about. Mind you, he's a trouble king. He's a bit of a problem. And the number of people who, I mean, one thing that I do like is the fact that people come up to me and say, you know, they used to say like you're just badass, you know. But actually, I'm a guy who's playing with a sort of very, very limited box of tools. You know, he's only got a hammer and a wrench. You know, whereas it might need a Phillips screwdriver. He basically, you know, he doesn't have very much at his disposal apart from killing people.
Right.
When they step out of line. But basically, he's trying to keep. You know, he's a king doing his best.
I was going to say, do you think there are many kings in
many
history
kings?
that weren't? No. Do you think there were many kings in history that weren't troubled? I mean.
No, I don't think there were. And also in the Dark Ages, when this is kind of, you know, this isn't a nebulous kind of time zone, but it's undoubtedly Dark Ages. They did some pretty horrendous things, and there was most bad behaviour is based, in fear. Mm-hmm. Still works that way.
Still, absolutely.
And,
the way we do it.
Yeah. And basically, if we just sorted our fears out, then we'd be much better off, and so would everyone else. But he's an old-fashioned father as well, you know, rule with a rod of iron and all that old stuff. So it's fun to play.
So, do you get, this is not your great-great-great-great-grandparents' Merlin by any stretch of the imagination. The Arthurian legend has been reimagined for this.
Yeah.
Do you ever get any flack for that, being from the land of the Arthurian legend? I mean,
we got flack initially in the first and second seasons from purists who were going, you know, how can you, how dare you, and ultimately we just said, well, if you don't dare, then you don't, you know, this is called storytelling.
Exactly.
And since it's a legend in the first place, it's not actually fact.
Right.
And you know, there are so many theories about, you know, whether it was the Lost Legion, the Ninth or whatever, and it has so many sort of different ways of telling the story that they've kind of run out of. You know, I mean, Camelot gave it a go recently, but and that was just basically the same story but with skin.
Right. Exactly.
But I think. You know, they proved with Smallville that it was an interesting way to go, that you could change or just embellish something which everybody knows and just put a different spin on it, and just, you know, there is no hard and fast rule.
Right.
So
even if you're doing
fun.
historical, you've got the Tudors. I mean, they're taking all kinds of liberties with
I know. I
Tudors.
I found that a little difficult to cope with. I mean, how come he never put on weight? You know?
I know, really.
But this one, you know, the adverse comments have long since been drowned out by people saying this is a great take on, you know, and it's a show that families can watch together without anybody feeling talked up to or down to, or, you know, ultimately everybody can enjoy it. And that's its success, I think. It's great ideas, great writing, great fun.
Where would you like to see your character go in the next season?
Well, it's always difficult because ultimately he's reacted to basically what, you know, he sowed the seed, and it's come home.
It's going to come home. Yes.
It's you know, the harvest is bountiful. He's seriously he has kind of shot himself in the foot, to use many different images. He's really screwed. You know,
there's only so many places it can go from here.
Well, at the moment
we're gonna get in trouble.
We're kind of in the land of the madness of King George, where basically, you know, who rules where the king can't rule and yet is still there. That's fun. Yeah. It's fun to play with, and it's fun with, you know, seeing. But I don't know where I'd want it to go. I like, you know, it's fun seeing how they, you know, how much they can screw with my character.
At least, you know, consistently you're going to get screwed with.
Well, yes, but that's fun as an actor.
Absolutely.
Who wants to play perfection?
Right, no. That wouldn't be any fun at all. I agree. And it would be boring to watch.
Well, yeah.
It's all in the adversary, you know.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Well, I have one last question for you.
Yes.
I've been asking a lot of people this at the Comic-Con. So, if you could be any dinosaur, what dinosaur would you like to be?
Well, it's very strange, but I had some dinosaur toys. Mm-hmm. The one that I always liked, I have no idea really, but I like the Stegosaurus because he was kind of cool.
Stegosaurus is my favorite. Good
really?
answer. Yes, it is.
There you go.
You're the only Stegosaurus I've had at the Comic-Con this year, too, so...
Well, I'm very, very glad to be your Stegosaurus. So.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us, and we so look forward to the next season.
Thank you.